Okay, everybody, we got everybody signed up, needs to sign up. We are going to get started, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. Ms. Whitby, if you'll call roll, please.
Yes, sir. Ross?
Here.
White? Here. Taylor? Does anyone know where Taylor is?
Nope.
On his way.
Robinson is absent. Baxter?
Here.
Bouch?
Here.
Height?
Here.
And Witcher? The quorum is present, sir.
Okay, if you'd please rise for Murray Witcher to lead us in prayer and pledge.
Our Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for your love that you share and bestow upon us. Thank you for the wisdom that you give us. Help us to make wise decisions. Bless our families, those in our city, our employees, those who are in need, our armed service folks. In the name we pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So moved.
And second.
And Taylor is here.
Do I have one?
Okay.
Are you ready for the roll call on the minutes?
Yes, please.
This will be on the minutes from the meeting held on February 9th, along with the special call on that date. Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor? Baxter?
Yes.
Bouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Whitby. We're going to be jumping around a little bit, but before we get started,
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
Since the entire meeting is a special call, do I need to go ahead and publish the special call?
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. An email dated February 27th, 2015, honorable members of the North Little Rock City Council. The purpose of this email is to advise you that Mayor Smith has called a special meeting of the North Little Rock City Council at 6 p.m. on Monday, March 2nd, 2015, at City Hall Council Chambers, North Little Rock, Arkansas, due to the cancellation of the regularly scheduled meeting that was set for February 23rd, 2015. The following will be on the agenda. All items on the previously published agenda for the February 23rd, 2015 regular meeting of the North Little Rock City Council. A copy of that published agenda ordinance is attached here too for your convenience and is incorporated by reference. Additionally, the following will be on this special call. R-1536, a resolution expressing the willingness of the City of North Little Rock to utilize Federal Aid Arkansas Transportation Alternatives Program TAP funds for Phase 3 of the Levy Multipurpose Trail Project for other purposes, sponsored by Mayor Smith. O-1519, an ordinance amending the Non-Uniformed Employees Policy and Procedures Manual, and this is sponsored by Alderman Ross, Robinson, and Baxter. And O-1520, an ordinance amending the 2015 quota ordinance for the North Little Rock Electric Department, sponsored by Mayor Smith. Copies of the resolution and ordinance were attached for your convenience. This is pursuant to Section 2-48 of the Municipal Code, and all members acknowledged receipt.
Thank you. Okay, let's go back to where I was. We have a new employee with the city, and his name is Isaac Henry. Isaac, stand up. Isaac is going to be working with us in the mayor's office. We stole him away from the school district and the North Little Rock Boys Club, where he worked for many years, and we're glad to have him on our staff, and I wanted everybody to be able to see him. And if you get a chance after the council meeting, be sure and shake his hand and welcome him to our team. So Isaac, thank you, welcome. Jenna, you want to work your way up? Jenna Rhodes, our Jumpstart coordinator, is here to give us a brief update on where we are with the Jumpstart.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is just a brief update on the progress of the Jumpstart program. Again, my name is Jenna Rhodes, and I'm the Jumpstart coordinator, program coordinator. I've been with this project since October of 2013, when I began working on the public engagement plan for my final projects at the Clinton School of Public Service for my master's in public service, and also to complete my master's in public health at UAMS. Now I'm working for the City of North Little Rock 2 days a week to move the project toward implementation. So just as a reminder, Jumpstart is in essence an economic revitalization effort originally funded by MetroPlan for 2014 to complete a vision and design process in the Park Hill and Levy neighborhoods to determine what type of areas are wanted by the community and also what the market will support. So a diverse coalition was created in late 2014 to begin the conversations needed to move from our planning year into our implementation year, which is now, using a network approach. And the first coalition meeting was held in October and has continued to meet monthly since then. The planning year ended in December. The consultants delivered their plan package to the city, and it became clear in December that there was more work that needed to be done to get the overlay plans into a form that would be accepted by the many stakeholders that we have, and the groups that will be impacted by it. So in order to address this, smaller overlay work groups were created for Levy and Park Hill out of the coalition membership to meet weekly to make decisions regarding the overlay document and zoning codes, because the coalition is a combined group and just a little too large to do this type of detailed work efficiently. So the overlay work group representation consists of neighborhood residents, property owners, faith leaders, Metro Plan, Fit to Live, the Planning Department, External Affairs, the Planning Commission, Neighborhood Services, and also 2 of your aldermen. So the goals of the overlay work groups are to help turn the document into a form that's a good plan for regulating land development in the future in Levy and Park Hill, and one that the Planning Commission can recommend and that City Council can pass. So it's our hope to have a stronger overlay plan document to submit to Planning Commission and City Council for review, hopefully in the first quarter of 2015, in order to qualify for Metro Plan implementation funding to begin taking actions outlined in the plan. Now, the main focus of our overlay meetings so far have been to work up a new zoning code specifically for this type of walkable development and decide on the allowable uses in each of those areas. Once that task is complete, we'll discuss access management, building design standards, and the design review process. City staff will also be developing additional documents to accompany the overlay plan to assist in educating various stakeholder groups about its contents and how to use it. And the coalition will continue to meet monthly to help prioritize projects, attract developers, and move implementation along. Are there any questions or comments?
Ms. Ross?
I just want to thank Jenna and Bernadette and everyone that's been working on this. The time that y'all spent is just unbelievable. I know they meet every Thursday night and numerous other meetings and working on it during the day. Really appreciate all you do.
It's been a lot of fun.
Great job, Jenna. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back to public comment on particular legislation. We have 3 signed up, and all 3 of them want to speak on the same thing, 01519. Chad Dennis, is that right, Chad? Come on up to the microphone.
Hi. My name is Chad Dennis, and on Saturday I came across an article in the paper regarding this ordinance, and while I have a lot of thoughts on it, 3 minutes is not a lot of time. I'm going to try to hit at least 3 points. First, and I was curious, how many issues has the City of North Little Rock had regarding this type of discrimination? It said in the paper that it didn't seem like there was very many, and so I was just curious why it was brought up. It seems in many ways like we are a solution searching for a problem. And second is, are we opening up a Pandora's box? There is a trend across this nation of a bunch of small, seemingly inconsequential laws, ordinances being passed. They seem very harmless and very mild, but in many cases, once that proverbial toe is in the door, that door just gets swung wide open, and it's just real logical. I mean, it's just like, well, if it's good for the city, why isn't it good for city housing, and why isn't it good for the people who run businesses in the city, and why don't we just extend it to all of that? And my concern is that individuals' religious freedoms and individuals' personal freedoms kind of get swept away into that. They get swept under the rug. And a practical example, 2 weeks ago in the state of Washington, a florist was fined and her business is probably going to be shut down because she refused to provide flowers for a same-sex wedding because of a religious conviction she had. Well, I mean, the court basically said, look, it doesn't matter what you can believe whatever you want as long as it agrees with what we tell you can believe in. And that's a real concern I have, is that issue will come up. And what guarantee do we have that this law or this ordinance is not just a first step along that? And lastly, I think it's really important that we got to acknowledge that this is a very complex and really an emotional issue in so many ways. And it's just hard. I mean, black and white is not black and white now anymore. 20 years ago, this was black and white. Now it's not so black and white. We need to realize that. And I think it's a whole lot bigger than whether someone is gay or whether they're straight or whether they're bisexual or transgender or whatever. I mean, it's way bigger than that. It's bigger than a single policy decision. I think the real question that we're addressing here isn't should this ordinance be passed, but is what is the proper role of human sexuality? And as a city, how should we view that? I mean, sexuality is so complex, it's connected to every person's just their body, their mind, their soul. It's intimately connected. Some sexuality or some expressions of that sexuality are great, some of them are not. And how as we as a city, how do you as aldermen decide? What are your criteria for deciding what things should be promoted and what things should be discouraged? And so, I mean, I think it's wise that before we as people in this city, before the residents and before the aldermen, before there starts to become fights over, what do we pass a law here or do we stop a law here? We stop and we take a step back and we think, all right, what is the city's role in that? And what is the proper view of sexuality that we as a city want to promote and push forward? And I mean, we need to have a real sincere and real open conversation, a real healthy conversation about what that looks like. And so, I mean, my proposal would be that we would table this issue until we as a city can figure out what is the view and what is the criteria that we as a city are going to move forward with in saying this is a good view or this is a bad view of sexuality. So I would love to be a part of that discussion, but if we choose to go that route. So
Thank you, Chad.
thank y'all.
Presley Melton.
Good evening, Presley Melton, 9 Lakewood Drive, North Little Rock. This issue is not about religion, and it's really not about sexuality. It's about discrimination. So if a vote for this ordinance says that you're open-minded and willing to accept all people and not discriminate against them, and a vote against this ordinance means you're fine, the city is fine to continue discriminating or to allow it. I'm not saying it's ever been allowed, but you're fine to allow discrimination based on sexual orientation. So I encourage you to vote for it and be progressive. Be like the 400 of the 500 Fortune 500 companies that have all established a similar policy, and do the right thing and be on the right side of history. Thank you.
Thanks, Presley. Matt Kirk.
Hi there, my name is Matt Kirk, and I want to first of all thank the 3 aldermen who sponsored this legislation. I come from a corporate background, and I've had the opportunity to work for 4 Fortune 500 companies who all had one consistent thing in common, and that was the ability to have a non-discrimination policy that included all of these things, and it allowed individuals that worked for that organization to be 100% themselves, to show brilliance, and to display their talent each and every day. Recruiting talent is a difficult thing, both in the private sector and in the public sector. And lots of organizations are spending a lot of money to recruit individuals. When we have unnecessary employee turnover in the corporate world, the salary of one person for 6 to 9 months is what it costs to recruit and to train and to ramp up that individual to take that opportunity. So I just want to encourage all of you and support you in this initiative, knowing that we spend 20% of our waking hours working. And it's a great thing when individuals are able to be 100% themselves while they're doing that and live in an environment where they're not threatened with the fear of losing their work. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, let's go into communications. I think we have 3 or 4. Anybody want to pull a certain communication?
One.
Pull one. Okay. How about a motion to adopt the others besides
Move
one?
accept and file.
Second.
On the motion,
On the motion on communications 2 and 3, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Did you want it read or by title?
By title.
This is communication from Bob Rhodes, Parks and Recreation Director. It's regarding the upkeep of Burns Park property, regarding the conversion with the Big Rock Quarry and other city responsibilities, which include medians, intersections, et cetera, and that the street department will take responsibility for some of those.
My comment is, I spoke with Patrick today because I knew that this was based on changing some of the areas each department were doing, but I realized there were a lot of medians left out of this, and I've asked Patrick to do a complete list of all the medians in public areas that he covers, because I'd like to know what they are, and they do an amazing job, and we need to see all those. So he's going to come up with a list and submit it to us, and that's what the purpose of this was.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your time's up. How about a motion?
So moved.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
All right, let's,
Now that we've voted on that, I have one question.
all right.
And Patrick and Mr. Rhodes can probably answer this together. It's been my knowledge that on the river trail, the street department has some authority and the parks department has some authority. Is that this legislation gonna change that in any shape, form, or fashion? I know I've got 3 of my biking friends out there, and from time to time they've contacted me about,
Yes, it will change.
okay,
Bob will take all the bike trail up until the UP Bridge. Then I'll take everything on through there to the park.
east of the bridge.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That only big change. They took everything before that.
thank you, Patrick.
And the big
So
one.
now I know who to call specifically when that's, yeah.
And also, we're taking the Levy spur, too.
Okay.
We struggle, needless to say, trying to keep up with those, and I believe we are looking at possibly contracting some of those trails out to an outside source. Okay, let's go back to the special call of the special call. Okay, so R-1536.
Okay. R-1536, a resolution expressing the willingness of the City of North Little Rock, Arkansas to utilize federal aid Arkansas Transportation Alternatives Program TAP funds for Phase 3 of the Levy Multipurpose Trail Project.
Move for adoption. Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
O-1519 of the special call. Alderman Ross, Robinson, and Baxter.
Please call it.
An ordinance amending the Non-Uniformed Employees Policy and Procedures Manual, first reading.
Move to suspend the rules and place it on its second reading.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
An ordinance amending the Non-Uniformed Employees Policy and Procedures Manual, second reading.
Move to suspend the rules, place on its third reading?
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
An ordinance amending the Non-Uniformed Employees Policy and Procedures Manual, third and final reading.
Mayor,
Yes.
say, ma'am.
Comment.
Comment.
Why don't we get a motion first?
Okay. So move.
Second.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Witcher.
Echoing some of the sentiments that we've heard tonight, I too work for a Fortune 500 company, and diversity has been a mantra for our corporation for a long time. They work very hard to deal with diversity. One of the things that we have found is that diversity in your work culture also stimulates new ideas and it brings something different to the table to consider when in making your organization a better organization. I know we operated under a federal consent decree for almost 30 years that we were released from last year. and that was because we had demonstrated that we don't discriminate in any form or manner. And I think it's good that our three colleagues took the initiative to put this in the manual, and I appreciate them doing that, and I will be voting for it.
Any other comments, questions? Ms. Ross?
I've had a few conversations with individuals, and I just want to make sure that everyone understands this is strictly for the city employees. This is not citywide. We're not trying to tell churches what to do. We're not trying to tell businesses what to do. This is protection for our employees so that they feel comfortable. We want the best employees that we can get. That's what this is about, and it's about not discriminating against them.
Thank you. On the motion?
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes?
No emergency.
There is no emergency? Okay. Then
Okay.
that one is done.
Our biker friends that are out there, your legislation has passed. I'm assuming the other one will too, so if y'all want to quietly go home, you're welcome to. Thank you for being here.
Right on out of here.
I thought they were auditing tonight for extra credit.
01520, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance amending the 2015 quota ordinance for the North Little Rock Electric Department, first reading.
Motion.
So move.
Second.
Second.
On the
Oh,
motion?
Wait, where's it? And suspend the rules, suspend
Yeah,
all the
let's do that.
readings? Can we
Okay.
just suspend all the readings?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, motion to suspend all readings in a second. Ms. White. On the motion to suspend all readings.
You said Ms. White.
She seconded it.
Okay. Well, you were looking at me. I was going, I don't know what you mean. Okay, on the motion to suspend all readings, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Got a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments on the motion?
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Okay, are you ready to go into
I am,
the
unfinished.
unfinished business of the special call? 01510, Alderman Taylor.
Oh, we're going to hold that legislation, ma'am. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Holy cow.
I can't think of a better time to bring everybody up to date, but Tom and Don Salmon, I talked to them a couple of weeks ago, and they have offered to donate the property where the golf course is out at Stone Links. I will bring it, of course, to y'all for approval. It'll be my intention to graciously accept that donation. Alderman Taylor and I met with the neighbors out at Stone Links and told them of this situation and asked for them to get together and try to figure out and prioritize what they'd love to see it turned into. It's my opinion, and also that of the Parks Commission, that we can't afford another golf course. So we won't be able to keep it as a golf course, in my opinion, unless the council overrode me. But we've got some exciting ideas that we're working on right now, and sometime in the next month, we'll probably bring in legislation to accept that property. Gracious donation from the Salmon family, and we're really pleased about that. We are in communication with Stone Lakes neighborhoods, trying to figure out what's best and highest use. So that's where we are on that. How about the consent agenda? Anybody want to pull anything from the consent agenda?
I think there's one that needs an exhibit attached. Is it R1530? Does that, the exhibit was blank? I mean, the contract. I don't know. It's been so long since I looked at this. R1530.
You want to pull 29?
Nobody's here tonight to get the point. Is Bert here? No, Bert's not here.
All right, we're going to pull 29, Ms. Whitby. Is
Oh, never mind.
that it?
Not 30. It's not 30. Never mind.
If we need to, we'll come back. Okay. How about a motion to adopt everything on the consent agenda except 29?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, Ms. Whitby, how about 1529?
Yes, sir. A resolution extending the agreement with the Argenta Arts Foundation to manage the Argenta Plaza.
Have a motion.
So move.
And a second?
Second.
Questions?
This portion of their financial reporting requirements, is this included in their financial statement, the revenues generated through that plaza? I don't remember whether that was a line item.
Are you showing your income off of that plaza on your financial statement?
All $250.
Yep, all $250.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
You know, I don't see Deborah Collins or Bert Turner in the audience,
They're not
but we'll say thank you to them for their past service and their future service on the Veterans Memorial Committee. They're both special people. Okay, what
Mayor.
else? Yes.
R-1533, it says see Exhibit A. We were supposed to attach the map. That was to the Levy Trail.
Okay, I think we can do that.
We need to amend that in.
Okay, let's go back to
Is it in there?
R-1533. Can we just amend it in right now, or do we need to call it? Okay.
Here.
Okay, I don't
We got it
have
today, but
the
it
map.
wasn't in the agenda.
Okay.
Okay, we're just attaching a map to that legislation.
So I need to read the legislation so
Sure,
you can...
sure.
Okay. R-1533, a resolution expressing the willingness of the City of North Little Rock to utilize federal recreational trails funds for Phase 3 of the Levy Multipurpose Trail Project.
Do I have a motion?
To move.
Second.
How about a motion to adopt? Debbie, Ms. Ross? You,
Yes,
all right, we're going to... Motion to amend.
to amend it in.
Right, okay. How about a second?
You said adopt, you meant amend.
I meant amend,
Okay.
yeah. Do I have a second?
On the amend?
Yeah,
The amendment.
Yes.
the map.
Marvin?
Yes.
The map?
Yes.
It's attached. Mayor,
You're seeing it as attached?
on the internet it is.
You're looking at the
Mine's not.
For purpose of clarification, a map was attached to R-15-36, which is in
Oh,
fact
there
the
you go.
same map as the one that's proposed to attach
different
to
legislation.
R-1533.
Not attached to 33.
On the motion to adopt. Amend,
Amend.
sorry.
Who seconded that? I never did.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Fouch.
But it's not.
Okay, on the motion to amend, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes. Move for adoption as amended.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
In new business, R-1534, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 1301 Crutcher Street in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
I'll call a public hearing on R-1534, 1301 Crutcher Street. Anyone here to speak on 1301 Crutcher? Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Can I have a question on that?
Yeah, hold on.
You have dual ownership or an or ownership? How do you know, it's got the owner, then it's got Secretary of VA. I mean,
It might be a VA loan, probably is what it is.
Okay.
And if that's not right, Tom's out there. If that's not right, Tom, wander in and tell me. There you go.
We had sent out notice because the Veteran Affairs was in the process of buying it back at the time, so we noticed everybody up just to make sure that did it not go through, that they would still be noticed up.
thank you.
Okay, on the motion.
On the motion, Ross said White, or said yes. White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
R-1535, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 2421 Railroad Avenue in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning such structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
On the motion. Do I have a motion?
Move for adoption.
Second.
Call a public hearing on 2421 Railroad. Anyone here to speak on that? Yes, sir.
Name's John Tolliver. That's some property that I own.
Are you John R. or John G?
John R.
Okay, thank you.
That John G. is my son,
Okay.
and we own it jointly. This, it is in disrepair. I think you have a couple of pictures of it. In any case, my only reason for appearing here is to see if there was a possibility. There's a young man that works for me that wants the material out of this house to build a cabin at Heber Springs, which he's already started. But due to the weather and he and two more friends are going to tear it down, it's not going to be a bulldozer going there. He really wants the material out of the house. I'm concerned that he can't get it done in 30 days, particularly with the kind of weather we've been having. I didn't know that you postponed the city council meeting from last week because of weather, but that's the very thing I'm trying to point out, is that he could get in the midst of this thing. We could have a week's worth of snowstorms, and I just don't want to get on the wrong side of the city about getting it tore down. So my question is there any way that, he's going to start it immediately. I've notified the gas company to do that stubbing off that they have to do. And I understand the city just cuts the power back at the pole. And other than that, and there's been no gas there for years that I know of. But in good faith, I'd like to have some assurance that if we get in the midst of this and we have bad weather or circumstances beyond any of our control, that I'm not going to be here before you begging you not to fine me or otherwise whatever you do when something doesn't get completed on time. So
I would think, council, that if we had 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 snow days in the next 30 days, that I could request that code push off 30 or 40, 10 days, 15 more days.
Absolutely, and I'm sure Mr. Wadley would agree with that.
Yeah, okay.
The city doesn't want to spend money to tear something down that he's willing to do.
I mean, we can't
himself.
change our ordinance,
I
so
understand.
we need to go ahead and approve it. And then if we have some awfully bad weather in the next 30 days, just call my office and we'll try to figure out a way to stretch it for you.
Very kind of you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to point out too, Mr. Mayor, that the city cannot do anything for at least 30 days because there's a 30-day period by which, should the council condemn this property, Mr. Tolliver could file a motion to appeal it under District Rule 9. So we're not going to do anything for at least 30 days.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just tell you, got to get busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Tolliver. All right, where are we? On the motion?
Yes, sir.
On the motion.
You adjourn the public hearing?
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Ordinances, 015-14, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving formal bidding requirements for the purchase of equipment to upgrade the City of North Little Rock's network system to 10 gigabytes, appropriating funds. First reading.
Move to suspend the rules and place it on second reading.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
An ordinance waiving formal bidding requirements for the purchase of equipment to upgrade the City of North Little Rock's network system to 10 gigabytes, appropriating funds. Second reading.
Do I have a motion?
Move to suspend the rules, place on its third reading?
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
An ordinance waiving formal bidding requirements for the purchase of equipment to upgrade the City of North Little Rock's network system to 10 gigabytes, appropriating funds. Third and final reading.
Do I have a motion?
Move for adoption.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Question. Mr. Fauch.
Will this, and this is an IT expert or somebody, will
We've got
this
'em.
allow us to now do the live feed and the storage of video on the website from the council meetings with all the upgrades that we're doing?
Kathy? Or,
That might go back to Nathan because the website's currently hosted. So it would really be your connection on your end for the streaming. That makes
Can you,
sense?
can you say that so that the folks out in TV land can understand that?
Anytime that you access the website and you want to view or stream, it's all about the connection that you have at your location, at your
Where
house,
is it? It's
back
not
to
in
the
the packet.
server that's actually hosting that video or streaming.
So if I'm sitting at home and I click on the North Little Rock website, I can click on there and it'll say view live city council broadcast, and for the most part, anybody out there can see it. Is that correct?
They,
'Cause it
again,
hasn't been that way for,
Nathan?
right.
We never got it.
There, for the past few years, there have been some technical difficulties
Right.
that cost, as we just found out, close to $10,000 to fix, just over almost $8,000 to fix. The mayor approved the requisition last month for us to replace those parts here in the city council chamber, and the company doing that has sent us a schedule where they will be beginning at the end of this month to fix that issue.
so that is
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
So it will be fixed.
Yes.
Cool, good.
Yes, absolutely.
Ms. Ross?
We need to amend in Exhibit B.
Okay.
There's no amendment. I mean,
Ms. Ross made an amendment to amend in Exhibit B. What is it?
It looks to be a quote from Next Step Innovation regarding the providing of this particular switch.
Do
It
we
was
need
in
to
the
amend
informa-
that, Kathy? Or was it with the legislation?
nope,
It was with the legislation?
but we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
That's
I didn't get
probably
it.
why.
Did I get it?
None of us.
Well, I'm showing it's what was filed when we...
Okay, so it's a
We can
copy
amend
of
it
the
in.
quote, is what it is?
Yep.
All right, Ms. Ross made an amendment to attach Exhibit B.
It is there.
You got it?
Yeah, it's there.
Not in
It
ours.
is there.
It's on our packet.
It should be in your Dropbox if it's here.
Let's go ahead and amend it in, just for the heck of it.
Dropbox, would you stop? I'm
That
sorry.
is a separate.
Let's go. How about a second on the amend
Second to amend in the,
Exhibit B? Yeah.
yeah, exhibit.
Okay, on the motion.
On the motion to amend, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Okay, how about a
Move for
motion to
adoption as
adopt as amended?
There's an Exhibit A.
Second.
On the motion.
There's an Exhibit A too on this one.
Motion second.
Okay, there's discussion over there.
And B.
Go ahead. We'll just have it on the,
Motion to adopt, Ross?
Did we amend in Exhibit A and B? Because this says there's an Exhibit A and B.
And I have A and B.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're
else?
saying
I
what
didn't
you
have A and
got
B.
did not have
We didn't have A and B.
No.
I will address that issue tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to amend
But it is in the legislation that was
Yes.
filed with the clerk's office.
Yes.
So it is
Okay, so we don't
attached
have
to
to-
the ordinance.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
why
It was not in,
scanned
Yeah,
in.
all right.
electronically.
okay.
We need to add Amendment A then?
No, it's in the legislation that was filed, so we're good to go. Let's just go ahead and adopt this legislation. On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
01515, Mayor Smith, Alderman Ross and White.
Let's go back just one second.
Okay.
If this happens again, y'all kind of be our eyes and ears out there. If you're not getting the attachments, and call Ms. Whitby and say, hey, look, I didn't get it. And that way we won't have this confusion next time if it,
The
please.
rocks that Clerk Whitby, is that what we do? The
Yeah,
rocks.
call Diane Whitby. Okay,
Okay.
I think that we're all excited about calling 01515, aren't we?
Sure are.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
go
we
ahead.
are.
An ordinance granting a special use to allow a landscape and garden center in an R4 zone for property located at 3101 North Hills Boulevard in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move we waive all readings.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
How about a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Can I first say something? I think Mr. Olson's here.
Sure.
Would Mr. Olson like to come up and say something?
Hey, Chris, we are, of all the legislations in the past 2
We're
years, I
excited.
think this has had more buzz about it, so
And he's so camera
we are excited about your company coming to our side of the river.
Well, thank you. We're happy to be neighbors now, and we appreciate it very much. And we're in the process of redoing her, and we think we'll bring it better than it was before.
I can tell, Chris, that there's a bunch of master gardeners, my wife is one of them, that just hopping up and down excited
I
about.
tell you what,
Yeah.
I've never had so much great response to it, and I never realized how many people live in North Little Rock before. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
You bet.
Just
Ms. Ross?
to clarify, this is the old Lakewood Gardens.
Yes.
So I
Right,
don't know.
on North
Make sure
Hills.
that everybody understands it.
Now
This is
going to be the Botanical Gardens.
It's called Plantopia.
Plantopia.
So
Plantopia.
it will have a totally new look, and it opens April 6th.
Can you give us a little bit about the concept too?
Yeah,
Because I'm really excited about that.
Something a little bit different. It's going to be a wholesale nursery to the public. So the whole concept is it's going to be bigger and better things than it was before. Ball and burlap trees at great prices, and we're growing our own exclusive line of plants for it, and it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it.
When's it open?
Okay.
April 6th.
April the 6th.
So we got a lot of work. So,
There you go.
yes.
We'll be
Are
there.
you still going to sell, you can sell mulch and all those kinds of things as well?
Everything, we're going to have all bulk materials. And what's different is we're upgrading everything. As before, the mulch and stuff was dumped on the empty lot. We're actually building concrete bins and stuff right now. So it's going to be much cleaner and neater. And if you're driven by the building, we have pergolas, and we just finished the pergola on the tower, and it will be a totally new color by next week. But tasteful.
Tasteful. We're looking forward to it.
Mayor,
Yes?
have we voted? We've already voted.
No.
We hadn't voted?
No? Go ahead.
I want Mr. Vols to come up and answer a technical question. It's not really technical. I had several emails and even phone calls and wanted to know why the had to be rezoned. And I discussed this, and I think for the television audience out there, you can answer my question that you answered last week at your luncheon. Why did we have to rezone it?
It's zoned for multifamily. So we treat plant nurseries under special use. The previous one was under an old special use. They've closed down. After 12 months, they lose that. It doesn't pass from property owner to property owner.
Right. Thank
So
you.
we're here.
Okay, on the motion.
Are you sure?
Yeah?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry, Mr.
So
Taylor.
are we rezoning or are we doing special use?
Special use.
Special use.
Okay.
Special use.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
01516, Alderman Baxter.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a waiver to allow a freestanding pole sign on property located at 10840 Maumelle Boulevard in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Let's have a motion, and then I got to call a public hearing on this, so how about a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
All right, we call a public hearing. Council, is that correct? Anyone here to speak on 10840 Maumelle Boulevard for a freestanding pole sign? The microphone is all yours. Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
01517, Alderman Ross and White.
Please call it.
An ordinance approving a request to waive requirements of the master street plan for half-street improvements for property located on Ridge Road in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move suspend the readings and place it on its whichever third final.
Hey,
I'm lost tonight.
Motion to suspend the readings.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
About a motion to adopt.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Mr. Taylor.
So I guess my only question is, why would we be doing this?
Mr. Wilburn's here. I can give you a little bit of an explanation. We're at Ridge Road is being turned, Ridge Road Middle School is being turned into Ridge Road Elementary, and it's redesigning the front, on the front there. We don't want the kids walking in front of there.
It's for the
where
school.
cost. It's for the school.
I'm good.
It's not, and they'll be putting in a sidewalk along M Street.
I'm
We're
good,
not
man.
doing any sidewalk waivers on M Street. There will be sidewalks there.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
On the motion.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
015-18, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving formal bidding requirements for comprehensive loss and business interruption insurance for the Murray Hydroelectric Plant, authorizing the mayor to execute an insurance agreement at first reading.
How about a motion?
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
How about a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second. All right, just FYI, we do this every year. We do bid it out. Eric Herget's here, and he's been our insurance consultant on this for a number of years, and this was a low, it actually went down 7,000, Jessica? Is that right? Yeah. So thank you for all your hard work. We appreciate it. On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Concludes new business.
Thank you. Public comment section, we have one signed up. I don't recognize this name. James Ard.
Ward 3 Alderman, tell them about the fish fry at Burns Park. When it comes your turn, I don't remember the dates. I just remember how cheap it was. Y'all don't know about it? Somebody shake their
Are
head.
you talking about the spaghetti dinner?
Yeah, is it
Okay, you
spaghetti
said
or
fish
fish
fry.
fry?
It's a,
Okay.
The Amboy
there's a
spaghetti dinner.
spaghetti down there.
The reason I'm here tonight is I promised a manager at Waste Management I'd tell how great they were when they didn't pick up on a certain street, and I called it to their attention. Mayor, you might want to tell your office when they give that 565 number out, it winds up out of state, and they never bring it back to Arkansas to tell us our complaints. I think Ms. Ross has a cell phone number for the gentleman I talked to, but he sent a person out, and they went to everybody's house on that street, pulled their recycle bin out, and emptied it for them after missing our Wednesday pickup. Also, he says he needs help on cross-contamination, and I hope y'all will get with him and listen to his suggestions. So tell him about the spaghetti dinner now.
Thank you. Spaghetti dinner. When is it? Where is it?
It's the 16th. It's benefiting the Amboy Neighborhood Association, be at the Hospitality House, 6:30.
Burns Park, 5:30.
I'm sorry, 5:30, yes.
5:30,
They changed
March
it.
the 16th, Amboy Neighborhood Group.
$4 adults or something like that.
$4, yes.
$4 for adults and $2 for children.
At the 5:30 at the Hospitality House. Okay.
Love to have you.
Any other council members' comments? Ms. Ross?
I just want to thank everybody during all the weather that we've had lately, out on the streets and the roads. They've just done a fantastic job. They're out there
Absolutely.
at night, and
I had so many emails from people
Appreciate
that work other places than here saying how much nicer our main roads were. We got another challenge coming in here Wednesday. I think we went to alert level 1 today. We'll probably quickly go to a 2 unless something changes tomorrow. So everyone be aware of the storm coming in here Wednesday and Wednesday night. Mr. Baxter?
So, Mayor, does that mean we have not actually activated our emergency ops center?
Not yet.
Awesome.
And let me tell you
We don't
one
want
reason.
to either.
One reason why is because y'all give electric company $1 million a year to keep our lines clear, and we have not, of all the weather-related outages across the state, we have zero.
better knock on wood, though. No.
Zero. Way to go, council. Good job. Anybody else? Ms. Whitby?
I just want to let council members know that since tomorrow is filing deadline for the next meeting, the minutes will not be ready to go out in the council pack, but as soon as I get them finished, no, I'm not spending the night to work on the minutes. Alderman Baxter. As soon as I get them finished, I will send them out, and I hope, will that meet the requirement for them to have them in advance?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And next Monday is our normal
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay, any questions, anybody else? Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White? Yes. Taylor?